In this tutorial I'm going to be going over a simple linear program. So all the stuff that we need is actually given to us. So the first thing that we're going to do is input our optimum solution equation into this. So if we do 1200 and 950, and that's going to be equals max profit. And if we just put X above it and Y above where they're supposed to, we can see which column corresponds to what. So the next thing that we're going to do is input our constraints. And it's easier if you kind of do it how I'm doing it like this, because it'll lay out the constraints like this and the X and Y's will be right next to it. So let's say 30X, and don't put the X or Y into these columns because they're above it, right here. And then 15, 9. So this is gonna LHS, sign, and then right hand side. So we have left hand side, sign, and then right hand side. And this is done for a reason, which you'll see in a little bit. So skip this one for right now, and then go to sign. So we do less than or equal to, because that's what it says on both of them. And we just input the 16,000 and 8,000. Oops. Right here. So now what I like to do is highlight the left-hand side with yellow, because that's going to be a formula. I like to go under it one space, highlight that green, and then go under that one, and then highlight that yellow. So this is going to be our max profit right here. So our left hand side, the formula for that is going to be equal sum product of the row next to it, comma, this green, which is going to be our solution. And if you hit F4 on that, it will lock both cells so that we can copy this down. And see how that stayed the same. Okay. So now we're going to basically do the same thing for max profit. So it's still going to be sum product. We don't need to lock this one because we're not going to drag it anywhere. And then whatever our max profits equation is. So then we can just hit enter. So now we're basically done with building this. Now we just need to go and use Solver. So if we just go to Solver on our data tab, it's add-in, so you need to add that in. So click Solver. So our target cell is going to be our max profit down here. We're trying to maximize, not minimize, our profit. We're going to change the green cells because that's going to be our solution. And let's say I add in this constraint. So there are two ways that we can input these constraints. We can do both of them at a time if they have the same sign, or we can do them individually. So I'll do them individually right now. So it's just the left hand side corresponds with this left hand part of it, sign, and then right hand side. That's why I had you set it up like that. So if we click on right hand side, then add the left hand side, same sign, constraint. Okay. So if we go to options and we check off assume linear and non-negative, because if we don't do that, one of these could be negative a million and it would say that it's perfect. Okay, so if we go okay, and then solve, and we don't need any of these reports, it says it found the solution, so we're good. So if we just, put these into something like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to produce so much of X and none of Y. I mean, this is negative, but it's such a small amount that it really doesn't matter. So that would be how you formulate a linear program in Excel. I hope you found this helpful.